Hey guys, welcome to Season 7, Episode 2, Criminal Minds. Here we go.
Guess who went with the second baseman?
Hillside.
Lila Smith. Bull. Get back here. Why don't you believe me?
1986.
I grew up normal. In a normal house. The size of a castle. My brother and I played kickball over there. And here is where we would hide from the police after stealing magic potions from the toy store. I still build things now. I took apart a 1961 DeSoto and built a generator from scratch. It's so powerful, it could light a Springsteen concert. But for now, it just lights my room.
I'll do anything, please. Spare me. No.
So you finished the course?
Mm-hmm. I completed my case rotation.
Hodge says he's never seen a rookie profiler analyze and write up cases as well as you.
Hey, where have you been? I wanted to do brunch this weekend.
I had to deal with some stuff with my mom. Have you seen Garcia?
With Rossi? He hates me.
Why?
He was just busy.
Okay, you can be honest. I can take it.
Okay, I prefer my pasta al dente, and the pancetta was a little weird.
Oh, that's because it's tofu.
Tofu? I gave you my recipe and you do improv?
No, I followed it down to the micron, aside from the pig.
You know, Rossi, you could always give Penelope a cooking lesson.
Oh my gosh. That would be amazing. That would be like the Iron Chef meets the BAU. And we could do it at your house.
I don't have a house, I have a mansion.
All right, let's get started.
Shit.
In the last 3 days, 2 women have been found dead after being sexually tortured and then blinded with a sulfuric acid solution. Abby Elcott.
We're closer to 2 abduction sites.
5 miles apart at bus stops. Abby's cell was found near one, Beth's scarf near the other.
Where were the dump sites?
One in an alley, the other in a field.
That one looks so familiar.
Open, then he blinded them.
And this is where my brother lives now.
There you are, Cy.
We're the perfect American story.
Yeah, okay. Turn that thing off, come on in.
Oh, man.
Every story has a beginning. But the part I like best is the end.
When was this photo taken?
Beth was caught on a bank surveillance camera 3 hours before she disappeared. That's a recent photo of Abby.
So she wasn't found in the same clothes she was abducted in.
Maybe he changed them because hers were burned by the sulfuric acid.
It's possible sulfuric acid can turn your human flesh into soap.
Garcia, any recent similar cases in the surrounding area?
Oh my god.
Yes, 2 months ago, a prostitute and a runaway were both found raped and killed, and they had stab wounds to their eyes.
Dave, you and I talk to the parents. Morgan and Prentice go to the disposal sites. JJ, you and Reed to the abduction sites.
Oh, he's mad at you for not telling.
So Beth got off the bus here and headed northwest toward class.
It's amazing no one witnessed her abduction.
Emily was buried 6 feet under and wound up in Paris, so I guess anything's possible, right?
So that is what this is about.
You know, maybe our own stuff's a little bit like Bundy, and he feigned an injury in order to get her to help him.
Spence, if you want to talk
Maybe he tried another tactic and was like, wow, you're really pretty, you should be a model, I can take your photo.
Well, if Abby was last seen at a bus stop a few miles away, then he definitely has means of transportation.
Hopefully the disposal site will tell us more.
So what do you have, Detective Bonner?
Beth's body
I'm not mad at
was found over
you.
there.
Well, you smell the urine?
Thought that was air freshener.
I'm mad at the show, but I
There's
guess
drugstore food everywhere.
for him, it's you. I guess that makes sense. I don't.
Town as well.
I know this is difficult, but I need you to look at the clothes that Abby was wearing when we found her. Do you recognize them?
Do you find anything odd about Beth's clothing?
Beth wouldn't wear denim shorts. They aren't her style.
You sure?
In addition to the blinding, taking their clothes further robs them of their identity.
Where do homeless people
It's
get
like
their
dolls.
Churches, stores. We get to rule everything out.
You are now entering Dallas. I like minty fresh.
Well, we keep buying you toothbrushes, but you clearly aren't using them.
You know, instead of crashing here every now and again, why don't you just move in?
I like to be free.
She seems like she'd fit his type.
With two hot twins.
Is that so?
Tammy, how was practice?
Hit 2 home runs.
Oh!
Hey, Mom, what's the deal with my dress?
She looks familiar too.
Really?
Where's she going? I know her.
Well, homecoming's tomorrow night.
Like a younger version of someone. Both of them. They both look like younger versions of actresses that I've seen before.
No, that's okay, Si. You don't have to.
See, the doctor's working here. Yeah, counseling's worth every penny.
Do you know where Church Street is?
You're on Church Street.
I am.
Uh-huh.
I think he's
See, you're standing.
he's going after.
Just walk. Just walk. Come on. This way. Come on.
He's going after people that it seems like are familiar to his brother's wife.
The sales clerk said the clothes in the crime scene photos were of that time period, and he confirmed that...
Is it possible he had like a crush or a feeling, a relationship-ish to his brother's wife?
What do you got?
The brutality the victims experienced was immense. Multiple stab wounds to the neck and chest, plus wounds to the genitalia.
Frustration and overkill.
I like to hear them scream. It reminds me of the roller coaster. I like roller coasters, especially in the summertime. What? You don't like the way I taste? No! But I can help you with that.
Oh my god. Is that better? Oh, that's sulfuric acid. Oh my god.
Torture in these clothes, which means the 80s are essential to his delusion.
Maybe that's when this rejection occurred, and he held on to the clothes all these years.
And now he's attacking girls who remind him of women from that time.
He's fixated on her type and remakes in the fittest fantasy.
But why start now? Something probably triggered it. Instead of dealing with it, he's acting out.
We believe the unsub or unknown subject that we're looking for is a white male in his 40s.
It's that same negative reaction we believe that a woman had toward the unsub at some point in the 80s.
The unsub's fixation on this woman is now all-consuming. It's caused him to develop obsessive love disorder. He will stalk her in an attempt to win her back. He will do whatever it takes to be near his love interest.
Oh, God.
Her rejection will spiral him into a depression.
Which would lead to rape and murder of the surrogates who represent her, and it's only a matter of time before this rage and anger causes the unsub to go after her directly.
Yeah.
Why not? You got to be kidding. Give me a break, Si. Leave me alone, Matt.
I don't know. You know, I think I know her too.
Spence, we gotta talk about this.
What are we talking about?
I get it, okay? You're disappointed with the way we handled Emily.
Jennifer, listen, the only reason you were able to manage my perceptions is because I trusted you. I came to your house for 10 weeks in a row crying over losing a friend, and not once did you have the decency to tell me the truth.
I couldn't.
You couldn't? Or you wouldn't?
No, I couldn't.
What if I started taking Dilaudid again? Would you have let me?
You didn't.
Never thought about it.
Spence.
Last night I took another girl out on it.
No? When can we meet her?
Never. She's dead to me.
What do you think? I lightened my hair in your honor, Mom.
Beautiful.
Oh, no.
Where's the camera?
You look just like your mom did in high school.
Oh, no.
I don't think we're dealing with a typical homeless person. He's good with chemicals, owns a car. I think the only mistake in our profile was assuming there was something wrong with his physical composition, reducing him to some sort of stereotype.
I don't like that
You think it's
he's,
only his mental state?
he's upset with her.
He's smart enough to use his disability to his advantage.
Joe's
When it comes across
friendship
as
is
harmless.
everything.
I mean, he's alone and the victim rejects him, he goes off.
If you want to be mad at someone, be mad at me.
Can't. I didn't come to your house crying for 10 weeks.
I've worked here over 15 years. There are many people who fit that description. This guy would be mobile, probably early 40s.
Grief counseling? You carried my coffin.
Yeah, I sure did. What was in that thing anyway?
Here you go.
Thank you very much. Look, just give Reed some time. He'll be fine.
Send your names to Garcia. Have her cross-check them against jobs that use sulfuric acid.
All right, we'll start reaching out to the extended families.
Okay.
How's Reed?
He's angry and frustrated. I'm surprised everybody isn't.
Some of us had an inkling.
Amazing acting.
What?
By the
Look at what I do.
I think that if we all just got together, maybe a cooking lesson and at the home of our founders, it could boost morale.
Is this an order?
No, it's just it's a very tempered suggestion.
Yeah, tempered.
Thanks, Debbie. I just need a minute.
Great.
Tammy? Maybe I should take you home.
I don't want to get in trouble with Mom and Dad.
You won't? I'll take care of you.
Son of a bitch.
I see on the news, on the TV, people question. They question why people do this. It's the same reason people do anything, because they feel like it. They like the way it feels.
If Tammy walked this way, how could she disappear without anyone seeing her?
Someone would have heard her scream.
That's if she screamed. Unlike the last 3 abduction sites, this one's nowhere near public transportation. Maybe she knew the answer.
Or thought she did. What if Tammy was the target all along? That would explain the change in the MO.
Are you gonna find my sister?
Did your sister dye her hair recently?
Yeah, to look nice for the homecoming dance. She's even gonna wear the same dress my mom did.
Are you sure that Tammy hasn't been behaving differently lately?
She's 16, so she's pretty close to
She's 16.
Your daughter seems to cherish hanging out in groups, so there's no way she would run off with someone unless she knew.
We'll be further. We'll tell you a story.
Puts the TV out of his sight.
Since when is that a crime?
It just gives him a full view of the kitchen. Does Tammy cook for him?
No, Lila does.
Say something, damn it.
Yeah. Did you have blonde hair in high school?
Yes, what are you getting at?
Sir, your daughter just dyed her hair blonde. You allowed her to wear your dress. I'm just thinking it may have triggered something for Cy.
When I was 16, my friends and I went to a party after homecoming. Everyone had been drinking.
That's you? You look so different.
Let's play spin the bottle.
But she looks more like her. Okay.
She spun it.
I guess that's how life works. You look really different when you're young to where
she lit up. Like
her hair's incredibly blonde.
I didn't know what to do.
But then, yeah, my hair was blonde.
My
Never
friends
mind.
laughed, but
that made no sense.
I didn't want to be mean, so I did this.
No, man. The events did.
Does Cy have a part-time job?
Yeah, he works a couple garages. One on Drake, the other on 4th.
That explains the sulfuric acid.
We'll need those addresses.
She still doesn't look like her younger self.
Tommy doesn't do anything to antagonize him, we might have a chance.
Sometimes they cast people who are great at playing younger, and then people who look nothing like.
You're the one that I want to kill you. Because you forced yourself on him.
Oh! Tammy! Tammy, I thought you had a little more, running to go. I thought you were gonna, have a little more success there. I didn't expect it to be over that quick.
They're not looking for me.
They are now.
He smells like chemicals. What does he do next?
He crushes a cup and puts it in his bag.
Where is it from? Is there a name on the cup?
It's a soda from a coffee shop.
I'm going to go get us something to eat. Don't worry, Tammy. There are other sports to play.
Any luck?
There's been died in mechanic shops in the past 2 months.
But the one on 4th said a bunch of car batteries had gone missing.
Yeah.
Morgan is from a payphone near a coffee shop.
That's it.
Okay, go ahead. Just like we talked about.
Nothing wild, okay? Just calm.
Hi, inside. Polly said you were looking for me.
I need you.
Shh, don't cry. Lila, don't cry. Everything's gonna be all right.
I just, I need you to come over here and I need you to talk. I need you to hold me. Hurry, I have no one else to turn to.
I know where I know her from.
I'll be there, Lila. I'll be there.
She's in Lost.
He's coming.
I knew I remembered her from somewhere. I know the guy too.
Battery low.
No! Oh boy. I can't believe they let her hug him.
It's gonna be okay.
Redstone! FBI! Put your hands where I can see them! Let me see your hands!
On your knees now! Did you do this to me?
Get up.
How could you do this to me?
Stop moving. Stop.
We know this isn't about Tammy. This is about your love for Lila.
Lila!
You and Lila had a pretty good secret all these years. How'd she get you to shut up about it? Tammy's not the one you want to hurt, Si. Lila's the one that should be punished.
She's the one who made you feel like a freak.
A reject, a weirdo.
Tell us where Tammy is, Si, and we can be done.
What did you do with my daughter?
Lila was an angel. Like a prize in the Cracker Jack box.
Oh my god.
When she would come into the room, my heart would race.
Just tell me where she is.
I took her. We did things. Everything was going good until she said those words.
What did she say, Si?
She said she didn't want to feel me touching her. So guess what I did, Matt? You guess.
What did you do, Si?
I made it so she couldn't feel easy. She screamed so loud. No Where do you have her? The same place I told him about my love. Guess who I went to second base with?
You never told me that.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. But you thought I was lying, and then you married my girl.
So this is what you do, son? Why didn't you just hurt me?
And take away your senses, Matt.
You son of a bitch, you take me. You take my daughter. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch.
The acting is incredible. Holy shit. Oh, that is that's so bad.
Nothing inspires forgiveness quite like revenge.
So, the surgeon said he believes he can restore feeling to Tammy's hands.
Good, we got there in time.
I heard Mr. Bradstone wants to watch the tape.
People have an innate curiosity to see things in order to confirm them.
Well, that explains why I'm going to Rossi's tomorrow night. I want to see if he really can cook. You coming?
I don't know, I'm not so sure I can make it.
Damn it. Because we didn't tell you what really happened, and I understand that. But I promise you, we had no choice. You mourned the loss of a friend. I mourned the loss of 6. This whole thing gave me an ulcer. Please don't give me another one.
You're gonna watch that?
But this is what I am going to do to your daughter. But what I did with your wife. Now that's a tape you should see.
Cooking is the most sensual art form, and these are my paints.
So your hands must be brushes.
Don't interrupt. In a pot of boiling water, we cook our spaghetti until it's al dente, firm to the tooth. Here you go. Everybody pass it around so you feel the texture. There we go. Okay. Now, in a large pan,
I love this.
We fry up our pancetta, keeping a sharp eye.
I got it.
Grazie mille. Now, eggs, Parmesan. And if you don't feel yourself doing it properly, please order a pizza.
Sorry I'm late.
Yeah, and this is why I cook alone. You eat what you cook, I'll supervise, but we're gonna do this all together, just like a family.
Okay now?
No.
I love this group. They are a family. That was insane. I figured out where I knew that one actress from. I can't find the other actress, the one that was literally one of the victims. She looks familiar. I don't know where I know her from. And Tammy looks so familiar. I don't know where I know her from either. But the other one, lost. The dad, I think I've seen him in multiple other things. But whatever. Reed, I get it. I get it. Him and JJ, their connection, their friendship is so special and so amazing. I don't want it to collapse or fall down or anything. I want them to, you know, stay together, you know, stay besties. I need it. Need everybody to be okay and to stay together and everything. But I get it. I was mad too, just at different things. Or different targets. This episode. Sentencing. This one, I went back and forth the entire time. Because it's between two things. He's either going to a mental institution for the rest of his life, never to be seen again, or the death penalty. And I get it. He has mental problems. So the immediate thing is mental institution, mental hospital, you know, mental asylum, whatever you want to call it. Locked away, sedated, drugs, for on and on and on. But is that what should happen or what you want to happen? Because I'm pretty sure he is a massive danger to society, to where I think the death penalty fits more here than being declared criminally insane and thrown into a hospital in this instance. It's a case-by-case scenario. And again, this is a personal sentencing. This is not real life. This is not the law. I'm gonna go death penalty because of just the pure danger, the pure break, and whatnot. And yes, I mean, I'll bounce this off something else, even though I keep saying, you know, you shouldn't compare cases, and every case is different. But this will kind of come into play. Ed Gein. He is I've talked about him before. He is a real life serial killer. He was declared criminally insane. He went into a mental institution, asylum, whatever you want to call it, lived out the rest of his days. He killed people, cut off their skin, their bones, cut them to pieces, went to grave sites, dug up graves, got bodies from graves. He made lampshades out of skin. He made a bodysuit out of skin, furniture out of bones and skin, and, you know, bowls out of, you know, the top of people's heads. And he was declared criminally insane and went into a mental institution and hospital, whatever you want to call it, lived out the rest of his days. I think he should have gotten the death penalty. You gotta be kidding me. Sure, yeah, criminally insane, but, criminally insane is, to me, sure, sometimes. There comes a point to where you're too far and too insane to be taken care of for the rest of your life. That's an instance, and I think this is an instance. I think he is too insane to be put away into something for the rest of his life. Especially, and take this apart, if he wasn't mentally insane, and he was just some other person who, you know, say it was his brother, say it was flipped, and it was his brother was doing this, I'd give him the death penalty. The only reason that it's even slightly being brought up is there are clear and signs that he has mental problems. So I'm gonna have to go death penalty here. I know people will disagree with me and whatnot, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna have to go here. Like the video, comment down below, subscribe if you have not already. I will see y'all